You know what the 49ers got for Garoppolo? They got a second-round pick. What do you think, if we did it all over again, what he would be worth right now?
Oh, 2 number ones.
2 number ones.
And they might have to throw in a player or something. I mean, when
a box of chocolate.
You win 3-4 games with the type of talent. I mean, Jenna, they are $100 million under the salary cap for next year. Like, you can't name 5 starters on their offense. Like, you would be hard-pressed. Like, what he has done in learning a whole new system, which is probably Kyle Shanahan, the most complicated system as far as calling plays, understanding everything, and the way he's done it. Jimmy Garoppolo has made the hot dogs in San Francisco better. The equipment dude is better. Their kicking game is better. Like, this game is so dependent on one position. I mean, it's amazing. It's mind-boggling.
It's literally made their defense better. The defense is playing more inspired. The entire team, you mentioned the complicated system. Matt Ryan, who some people would say is a top 6 quarterback, everyone has him as a top 12 quarterback, took a full year to get it.
Yes.
Jimmy G took him like 3 weeks. They were 1-10. They are now the league's only undefeated team over the last month. Think about that. When the Pats traded Jimmy G to the Niners for a second-round pick, the commentary was this: well, they only got a second-round pick, but it'll be the first or second pick of the second round. No, it won't. This team gonna win 6 games. Like they went from 1-10 to 4-11. Or 5-10. Pardon me.
So instead of getting 2 of the top 35 players, now they're going to get 1 player in the 40th.
Right. Did the Patriots not know this? They saw him every day.
Nick, what happened?
Well, I think that the Pats, there's a few things that happened. He has the same agent as Brady, and he didn't want to go to the Browns.
Yep.
And so they weren't going to deal with that, what it could do with Brady and the politics of that.
All right, just like Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen don't want to go to Cleveland. He hadn't said their name. Now, Garoppolo, because of his agent and because he did have some cachet of being in the league, he said their name in private. Now, the quarterbacks, there's such an image-conscious position that it wouldn't have looked good for Jimmy G to say, yeah, I don't want to go to Cleveland. Like, even because people would say, like, man, you're taking over a franchise. You should embrace that. No, he did the right thing. No, I want to go somewhere else. I want to go where the general manager got a 5-year contract guarantee. I want to go somewhere head coach got 5 years guarantee. I'm going to trust my future more in John Lynch than I am with someone in Cleveland, which I know it's going to be someone different. So I think behind the scenes, they did the right thing. New England, they had to get rid of Jimmy G. They had to because he was going to be a free agent.
Well, so here's the thing. Some people are going to look at this and say New England must not have known he was that good. Or they knew he was amazing, and that's why they could have gotten more for him if they traded him this offseason. It wasn't just Cleveland that would have offered him something. They could have gotten more trading him this offseason. But if the Patriots were concerned, as I was, how good's Brady going to be this year? Because if Brady were bad this year, if Brady had been bad the first 7 games of the year, or even mediocre, they wouldn't have traded him.
Right.
Brady would be the one moving on in the offseason. But then they get through 6-7 weeks. Brady's the damn league MVP.
Yes.
They know Jimmy G, the only option is to franchise tag him. If you franchise tag Jimmy G, that really damages what you can do to win next year's Super Bowl.
But if they knew it was this good, would you do it?
If you knew
you got to.
Right.
Okay, so they didn't know he was
They didn't know he was quite this good. I think they knew he was really good.
No one knows that. I think they had plenty of confidence. But look at New England. New England's got 3 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. They got Tom Brady. They traded Jacoby Brissett to Indianapolis, and now they got Jimmy G in San Francisco. I think New England, just like the other positions, they got that position figured out how to coach up the talent so that the kids can be successful, well, they're men now, but how they can be successful in any system, because that's what we're seeing.
Well, and the other thing New England did, which is interesting here, if you look at the NFC, okay? The NFC, we're about to have a changing of the guard at the quarterback position, conference to conference.
Yes.
For 15 years, the AFC was the dominant conference quarterback-wise. Peyton Manning's there, Tom Brady's there, Phillip Rivers is there, Ben Roethlisberger's there. The only, stable quarterbacks in the NFC during that time, Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers. Other teams have had turnover.
Yes.
Right now, that's about to change. And in the NFC, you look at it. What teams would have been in the market for a quarterback? It really, amazingly, was just the Cardinals and the Niners. Seahawks, Rams got their guys. Every team in the NFC South thinks they have their guy. The Bears just drafted a guy. So if you're the Pats and you do think Jimmy's not this good, but really good,
Send him to the other conference.
don't have to deal with him. You know what I mean? So guess what, Jimmy? We'll play you once every 4 years, and if you make a Super Bowl, and we happen to as well. And there weren't a lot of teams. Now, the team that's got to be killing themselves is Arizona. Arizona's got to be thinking, you got to be kidding me. Like, we could have gotten this guy, and we didn't get this guy. You asked what it was worth. Would the Niners right now trade him to Cleveland for the first overall pick?
No.
Absolutely.
Heck no.
Right.
Wait, last question quickly before we go to break. You said they could have gotten so much more for him at the end of the season if he was a free agent. Why didn't they just do that?
No. They would have had this at the end of this last season. They could have gotten more. This season,
Last season they
could have. This season he's a free agent. They couldn't get anything. He can go wherever he wants.
And I believe they rejected better offers earlier.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.